a tattoo. I'll always have you. My inhibitions fade away.
All right, so I am working on a special edition hardcover for 𝘾𝙤𝙧𝙖𝙮. Now I say special edition, and I'm saying that because that is terminology that I'm used to hearing, but it's actually not special edition. This is the version of 𝘾𝙤𝙧𝙖𝙮 that includes a prologue and an epilogue, some additional scenes, and some of my notes from like my outlining and all that when I was like crafting the book. What I plan to do, because I know everyone doesn't read hardcovers, is maybe instead of doing a special edition hardcover, is just doing a paperback that is the size of a hardcover, because you know hardcover books are usually like 6x9. That's the plan, and I'm saying this here, of course, to document it, but also so that it'll be real. This is not going to be a difficult undertaking, but I've seen some of the critiques from 𝘾𝙤𝙧𝙖's release, and I'm not heartbroken, but I am aware, and I'm being very smart about taking said critiques and not necessarily letting people tell me what to do with my own work, but listening to the folks who read this type of work. And yeah, so this is not a this is not a sore spot. This is not a sad thing. This is not a frustrating thing, because when I wrote 𝘾𝙤𝙧𝙖, I was very clear during the creation stage that I'm going to make some mistakes. I'm going to do some things that maybe years later I wish I would have done differently, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think this is one of them. So when I initially wrote the story, I decided not to put an epilogue, and it wasn't I'm gonna buck the system and do whatever the hell I want. I think it was more so the ending to me felt fine, but I also recognized that I've been reading romance, well, books in general, but romance specifically, for like decades, and there is always some sort of ending to wrap it up in a bow. And so when I didn't have, I think some of it was me having a crisis of what to include. Like, I know that for sure. And then with the book's release, I think I also was stressed with my own, self-imposed deadline. With like, the book was initially supposed to come out in March. Then I was like, okay, it was ready, but it wasn't ready. Ashley's birthday is in June. June was Pride Month. It just made more sense to be like, okay, release the book in June then. And even with releasing it in June, I was drafting the epilogue, but then it was also like, oh, page count, and then how much will this be? And then I don't want to charge people $40 for a book when all other comparable books are at least 20 and below. And so that's it's one of those, if I knew then what I know now. But I'm also okay with having learned this lesson the hard way. I don't know if that's even the right terminology, but I'm okay with that, because hopefully Belly's book will go better. Even if it doesn't go perfectly, it'll go better, so that by the time I get to 𝘾𝙤𝙧𝙗's book, that will be better as well. So I'm not heartbroken at some of the critiques, and I think some of them have been valid. Some folks have been ripping me to shreds. And now that's okay too. Your opinion is your opinion. So that being said, I think I am working on Belly's book, and I am getting the outline and stuff together, but I think the Ashley special edition may also be, what am I trying to say? May also be priority, because it's already done. All I'm doing now is adding. I'm not altering any scenes. I'm not changing the content. I'm just adding in a couple different scenes that a lot of them are already drafted, some are already planned out, and really the biggest part of this is just figuring out where to plug them in. And there was something else, but all in all, yeah, that's my plan, is to get this special edition. And I don't know if it'll be a hardcover. I know the hardcovers, I had one created, and it's way more expensive than a paperback, of course. I need to try to do one for Amazon and see what their pricing is like, because the other printers that I have were wild. Another thing that I'm considering with the special edition is the cover. So I want to keep the same cover, but one thing that I don't want is for people like, oh, I already got this book. Okay, sure. Or they get it. I just don't want the covers to be exactly the same, when the biggest difference visually would just be the size. And even that you can't tell on the computer screen unless you go and read that, oh, this one is 6:9 versus 5:8. So that's also something to consider. And I have a few ideas, a few different photos that I have in mind to create the cover. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I don't know where I'm going next as far as the grand scheme of things. I know what I want to do. I know what I'm attempting to do. And I know what's like in motion, what's almost done. But man, this is, again, overwhelmed in the best way. Me from 4th grade being able to hold on to a book that one I've written, that has gotten such a stellar reception. I don't know, man. I'm just, so yeah, I'll wrap it up here. So yeah, I'm working on getting a special edition. And see, because I am new to large parts of this book space, would it be a special edition? Would it be a re-release? Would it be an extension? Like, what? I don't know if there's specific terminology. I say special edition because when I think special edition, I always think of like fantasy books that have like foil covers and sprayed edges and all that. I don't think of like a special edition romance book. I think of like romantasy or fantasy or something like that. But so if you guys know a little bit more, or if I'm spot on, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is special edition, please let me know. However it maybe, I don't know, I think I'm rambling now. But I'm very excited, and I can't wait to release another book. Like, and then I have another project that's done, that's like in the background, and I'm just like waiting for, I'm Ray Coleman. I am the love story architect. I'm writing stories about black folks in various situations. Right now, I am in my contemporary urban love story bag, telling stories about these black folks just trying to get it together. My debut novel, Loving Ashley, is available in KU and on the Zon. Please go ahead and check it out. And once you do, give it a review, give it a rating. Let folks know that the book is out there and what your thoughts are, so that word of mouth and traction can get going and all that good stuff. Yeah, follow me, social medias, all that stuff linked below, and read something, write something, and come back and tell me. Rain.